Hello, Laura. How are you?
Hi, I'm really good, thank you. How are you?
Good, I'm good. As you know, Contacta are really, really keen to hear about the deaf community and hearing aid wearers' actual experiences. We work a lot in the realms of obviously product and technology, but people's lived experiences are definitely something that is the backbone to everything we do. And as you are a hearing aid wearer yourself, and we've been working together for such a long time, I would love to hear more about your experience specifically. Because I know you've got lots to share and you'll be able to give us some really honest, interesting insight that we love to hear about.
Oh, thank you. And set me up there. Honest and interesting. I'll do my best. But no, you're absolutely right. I am now a hearing aid wearer, and since we first met quite a few years ago, actually, we've been on a bit of a journey with that because when we first met, I wasn't a hearing aid wearer. Let me give you a little bit of context to that, what I mean. So I've been connected to the deaf community for about 2 decades now.
Mm.
Gosh, that makes me feel old. It's first started when I was at university, and that's led me into working most of my career in the sector linked to the deaf community, using British Sign Language, and now working, of course, at RNID with the whole broad spectrum of hearing loss. So that's people who have hearing loss, tinnitus, and who are also deaf as well. And I've been so lucky that in that sort of 2 decades, I've been connected to so many wonderful people. So I've been able to absorb information and learn through osmosis and learn from talking to people and being part of conversations and like community events and things to understand a bit more about deafness and hearing loss and people's experiences. But hearing loss has actually always been part of my life. My mum has worn hearing aids for as long as I can remember. So it's never felt unusual for me when I've been at home to sometimes need to repeat myself or to check that my mum's heard me.
Mm.
Sometimes that's been a pro when I was younger for her not to hear me in that. But it's one of those things, it's just normal in my life, hearing loss. And I think back and I remember talking about when I was really young, sitting on a sofa actually, I was probably only about 12 or 13, maybe slightly older, saying to my mum about this constant teeny annoying sound that I had like in my head and in my ears. And I later understood it was tinnitus, but
Wow.
honestly, I just thought everyone experienced it. Like it was just something that I
Normal.
thought
Yeah.
it was completely normal because it was normal for my mum. She would say, "Oh, I have that too," and I never connected it to anything other than that's just what people have.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
I ignored it for like majority of my life, never really worried about it at all. And
Mm.
it wasn't until I joined RNID that we have an amazing online hearing check. So you can go online and it takes 3 minutes. It's completely free, and you just go on and check your hearing basically. And I thought I have to do this myself because if I'm talking about it, I need to do it. Right? Practice
Yes.
what you preach in that
Oh,
way, right?
absolutely.
And it was
Yeah.
actually only when I did this online hearing check that I found out I've got hearing loss myself. And that has led me to getting hearing aids. And
Yeah.
honestly, if I'm completely honest, it was quite a shock. Like,
Yes.
not for any negative feeling around having hearing loss, because it's totally normal in my world and it is
Yeah.
totally normal generally. But quite the opposite. It was almost a shock because suddenly so many things made sense. And
Yeah.
he had always been around me. I just didn't ever realize it was part of my own story too.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I feel really honoured in that way to now understand from working at RNID better
Yeah.
about myself as well. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's kind of my background there, and that's been since we've first connected, actually.
Yeah. It's so interesting. And I think it's really interesting how for you, it was something that you had just accepted as a normal process, a normal way of life, goes to show how hearing loss is something that sometimes, unless you're presented with the information or a check to see whether there is actually something going on. You could be living your life struggling and suffering and not actually realizing that it doesn't need to be like that. Um,
Completely, completely. And that
yeah.
was where, the understanding that actually, if I wear my hearing aids, then my tinnitus reduces because I then hear the sounds that I'm missing. I didn't know that I was missing. It's like you say,
Yeah.
you don't know the information until someone shares it with you.